And of course, great to see those soldiers coming back, and always love watching those stories when they're reunited with their families. So always heartwarming to see. Moses is joining me on the desk, and we were talking Bobcats. And you know what? The Bobcats returned for Game 3. It was at home, but while you expected them to come flying out of the gate, they just kind of came out flat.
The sad part is there was a lot of positives coming out of Fort McMurray from games 1 and 2. However, the Oil Barons, well, they couldn't stop them, I'll tell you that much. They would strike first, actually. 8 minutes in, Alex Cromwell tips in the Zach Wittenberg's blast from the point. Bobcats would answer 5 minutes later, courtesy Austin McDonald, who's got points in all 7 playoff games this year. He'll make it 8, coming up with some sweet moves along the boards and in front of goal, banging home his own rebound. The young man is excited. Turtle for Saskatchewan stand up. That's McDonald's 12th point in 8 games, but just 50 seconds into the second, costly mistake for the Cats. Braden Crone can't clear the Brendan Saulnier. Yes, the Brendan Saulnier. He'll step out of the penalty box. Clear-cut breakaway, that is, and he'll score, makes it 2-1. Then at the halfway, Marquette's getting into penalty problems. Lyndon Springer, Grant Baker in the sin bin. It's a full 5-on-3 for the Barons, but how about Christopher Tye? This guy's been huge for this team. He'll flash the leather on Wittenberg's wrister. Cats kill the PP, keeping it a 2-1 game heading into the third. Now in the final frame, Barons open it up. Cole Dunphy, sweet feed to Mitchell Vanderlaan. Top shelf and in. Barons add one more to take it 4-1 and take a 2-1 series lead. Now other scores from last night, the Spruce Grove Saints earn a much-needed win, cutting the Crew's lead to 2-1 in the series, and that's really huge, especially without their top netminder, Kenny Cameron, who's out day-to-day with a lower body injury. 3-2 was the score over Sherwood Park. The Brooks Bandits have scored no less than 5 goals in this series, edging Olds in a goal fest 6-4 to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. And despite the Drumheller Dragons being the higher seed, they started the first 2 games on the road due to an ice scheduling issue. So they'll now enjoy the next 3 games at home, and not a bad way to start, blanking Canmore 4-0. Now, after playing 2 solid games in Fort Mac, the Lloydminster Bobcats came out flat in Game 3, as we just showed you, meaning the Bobcats are in chase mode, looking to avoid being down 3-1 in the series. Matt Schumont has more.
Going into the second round as underdogs, the Bobcats were able to go into Fort McMurray and build a little momentum as they came back to Lloydminster with a split. But the Mob showed why they are one of the top teams in the country, outplaying the Cats and maybe getting underneath their skin at some parts of the game as they were able to take Game 3 4-1.
We weren't ready to play, and I'll accept that responsibility. I think the discipline throughout the game, there's not a chance you're going to beat a team of the caliber of Fort McMurray Oil Barons when we're sitting in the penalty box.
We didn't play to our structure. I think the other games we were super structurally sound, and all our systems were running well, and everyone was playing as one. Discipline was an issue in Game 3. After taking 9 trips to the box in the first 2 games, the Bobcats nearly doubled that on Monday night, giving Fort Mac 8 opportunities with the man advantage.
I think we just got frustrated tonight with the refs, and I mean, obviously that can't happen, and just continued to snowball all the way to the end of the game. Ruins the stamina of your PK guys, because they're out there the whole time going 100% on the penalty kill against the top power play, or one of the top power plays in the league. So offensively, the Bobcats were not able to generate much, as the Oil Barons did a great job keeping the Cats to the outside and not allowing them to cycle the puck in their end. The Cats know they got to be a lot better if they want to get back into this series.
Stick to our structure, stick to our systems, find a way to work as hard as they did. Tonight we didn't, and we got a lot of things we got to improve on if we want to get our shots back up to where they should be against them.
I think we just got to keep it simple again. I mean, right off the bat we were trying too many stretch passes, and I mean, that's not what makes us successful in Fort McMurray. We just got to keep it simple, move the puck to each other and get in deep, and then control it down low. That's when we beat them one-on-one.
The Bobcats will receive a boost for tonight's game, as Taylor Mulder will be back in the lineup after serving his 2-game suspension. Matt Schumont, Newcap Sports.
Mulder back is going to be huge. Thanks a lot, Matt. All right, we'll move on to the midget AAA Baker Hughes Bobcats. Now, they would earn a berth to the AMHL final with a win against the St. Albert Raiders. To Game 4 of the North Division final, the Baker Hughes Bobcats winning the last 2 contests after dropping Game 1. We'll pick it up In the third, Bobcats up 3-2. Brinson Pashnik from the point, off a body, and it fools Patrick Day. It's 4-2 Lloyd. Now just over 7 to play, and off the draw. Pashnik again from the line, his second of the game. It's 5-2, and Bobcats are in control. Less than a minute later, Harrison Klein in a foot race, open net, but is hooked by Pashnik. The Stripes point to center, meaning a penalty shot for the Raiders. Harrison in on Austin McGrath, and he buries it, as it's for a huge celebration. Now, I question that because they're trailing in the scoreboard and they would lose. 6-3 the final. Bobcats take the series 3-1, and they'll head to Red Deer to face the Chiefs for Game 1, which starts Friday. This season, the Lloydminster Rohan Rage join a long list of successful hockey teams in the border city, qualifying for provincials in Red Deer, which get underway tomorrow. And the Rage won't be satisfied just being a participant. It's been quite a run for the Lloydminster Rohan Rage, qualifying for the Sutter Cup as the 6th seed and earning a spot in provincials. And in the season which saw the favorites edged out from both the North and South divisions, the Rage have high hopes this weekend.
I think we're the top team going into this, yeah. I mean, the top 3 teams have been knocked out of each division, so I think we're probably the top team going into this.
I think we got a good chance. We all play together and do what we can.
Their success has been in large part to their team mentality, heavily instilled by their coach, Mike Applegate.
When you got a group of 19, 20 athletes that come together and decide they want to do something as a team, it's special.
And to continue their special run, the Rage will look to curb some of their indiscipline that has crept up since the beginning of March.
We'd like to cut down on his penalties. You know what? I'm sure that'll come along. This weekend, we know we have to take less penalties to be effective.
You know, we get in tough situations with penalties sometimes, so I think if we just get the puck deep, you know, we lay the body, that's all we need to do.
The good news is the Rage are familiar with all 5 opponents, leaving no surprises. And in their recent stretch, the team has no doubt that they will come back home with a medal around their necks.
If we come together as a team, I think we have a great chance of getting to the finals and coming out with the gold.